I remember me and Paul were pretending to be orderlies, and our main job for the most of last session was hauling the dead to the morgue. And then we found, apparently people aren't taking the dead as quickly as they were, or something like that. And then, yeah.
Oh yeah, he told us it was like some kind of blood. Was it remote?
Oh shit. Hey. Oh damn. One of the few times I have a good idea.
Ah, okay, so that's where they were the other night then?
Oh, so it's not the first half of the stone still. Okay. Okay. Obviously, I don't know that, but sure. Yeah, definitely. I feel like I
Probably
definitely
should, yeah.
would, just to make sure. Oh, probably a very long shot, but does this look like anything I've seen before? Weird or otherwise? Do I have what? I definitely do not. Yeah. Oh, damn, okay. God, I hope not. I love it when I fail. Oh, fuck. Okay. And it's seeping out of the wound?
let's take you to the hospital.
Does it bear any resemblance to the serum sample that we tested?
A slight resemblance in texture and colour, but I think they smell differently. And if you were to dab like drops of it on your skin or like a soft organic substance, they would react differently.
Right, okay, sure.
So yeah, they're clearly not the same substance, but they do bear some similarities. I had a doctor's name here somewhere, but I'm having trouble reading just now. Yes, but you'll go to the hospital to be admitted. We didn't actually have a health service at this point, so I think you had to pay a few shillings up front, which shouldn't be a problem for you because you just got some money back from Mildred, I think.
Oh, cool.
So you'll be admitted, you'll be given a bed, the nurse will come and look at your wounds, try to clean them up, and, you know, you probably draw attention to the thing that's seeping. She says, oh, it's maybe just part of the infection, but we'll get it seen to before we stitch you up, obviously. And she comes back a little while later. Finlay, are you going to be sitting in the ward with them while this is going on?
Yeah, I think I would probably stay with them, or at least if they'll let me. I mean.
Oh yeah, certainly. It's nothing.
Sure.
I mean, they're not giving them surgery or anything like that. There's just a stitch up.
Sure.
So you're in
that case, yeah, I would wait with them.
Yeah, so you're in the same ward you were in before, and that guy that was ranting and raving, he's a lot calmer now. He's perhaps been sedated. He's in the corner of the ward, and it is just the two of you in this ward, which is a little unusual in itself. And the nurse comes back and she has like the tin with the needles and the threads and the gauze and all the rest of it. But by the time she gets back, the seepage from your wound is actually a lot more profuse. It's trickling out now at a steady rate. And if it was in fact blood, this would be something to be really worried about. But she's dabbing it, trying to keep it clean up, but she can't really keep pace with it, and it's just creating this mess. So she asks you to hold one of those little silver tins underneath it to catch it and stop it leaking everywhere. Well, she goes and fetches a doctor because, well, she's not quite sure what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit worrying.
As well, Keen, you feel like that ring that you're wearing is really starting to like itch and irritate the skin around it.
Can I like wiggle the ring, kind of just to move it from where it was currently sitting on my finger, and kind of just look at the skin?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, your whole finger there is getting inflamed, and when you move it off the patch it was on, you can see it was like starting to burn the skin, like a kind of acid burn.
Oh yeah, no, the ring is definitely coming off. Yeah, that I'll probably like sit it like on a small table next to the bed and just kind of like understandably looking worriedly at my weirdly bleeding wound and the burn and the ring, and Finley hoping for some sort of reassurance of any kind. I'm trying to make sense of it all, but I feel like I'm gonna fail.
Yeah, as you do that, you kind of your eyesight gets kind of really blurry and dark, and all of a sudden you feel yourself falling somewhere cold and dark and wet. Finley, you're standing there as the doctor comes in and he says, "Was Keen's surname O'Doyle?" He'll come in and say, "Mr. O'Doyle, I hear you're having a problem," and he sees you're in some sort of dazed state, and he goes over to the wound, starts trying to, clean it up and treat it and determine exactly what's wrong. For your part, Kean, you're in this like dark, wet space that you're falling into, almost as if you're sinking into a lake or a sea of some kind. And that sea kind of spirals around, and you feel as if you're travelling through space in the great void between the stars, and it's taking eons to travel between them, but gradually it gets faster and faster, and you're sucked in towards one star in particular. When you go past one planet, and then a second and a third, and then the fourth is this super massive gas giant, and its gravity alters your trajectory, and you fly past this red planet into this small blue one, burning through its atmosphere, sizzling through its ocean, and crashing into the soft sediment of the seabed below. You can feel yourself burrowing into the bedrock, and it cracking and shifting around you, as in you like fade and lose consciousness. For you, Finlay, you can see Keen's eyes kind of clouding, and this sort of thin black mist coming from his nose and his mouth and his ears. And the doctor is not looking at his face, he's too preoccupied looking at the wound. And Keen gives a wicked smile as he looks down at the doctor and grabs the doctor by the head and starts to plunge his thumbs into the doctor's eye sockets with great force.
Okay.
You just want to stand and watch, Finlay?
Yeah, I think I would try and like grab him away. I mean, I don't have. I imagine I don't have the strength to do a lot here, but I will try and grab him and get the two of them separated.
Okay,
if I can.
Sure, so you run over, and the nurse is there. It's like, doctor, and tries to help as well. You grab an arm each. Do you want to roll with your strength for me?
Sure, is that 2d6 or just one?
Is yours bad or good or average?
I think probably average.
So it'll be a 1 dice then. I mean, I can
Sure.
check if you don't have it there.
Yeah, I could get the character sheet just like.
For
I
you,
have a nasty feeling it might be weak actually. I'm not.
yeah,
just too sure.
if you want to check it, and I'll just do him while you're checking it. So, Cian,
Sure.
You bury in this bedrock, and you reach out and cry to the stars to ask for help and aid. But then you're aware that there are things in the ocean above you. Things not large as you know large, but much larger than anything else in this ocean. And these are things that you know are a danger to you that could feed on you and your energy. So you stop crying out for help and you burrow deeper. And as you burrow deeper, the continents of this world crack and shift. And so you remain silent and motionless, and you fall into a deep slumber. And then you can hear people calling your name. And you remember in the basement, the 4 people stand in a circle, the body of a young woman divided into 9 pieces between them, their mouths drooling with blood as they eat pieces of her body between them. They try to force it down and fight the natural revulsion while calling your name. And you're mildly annoyed that they would call your name and distract you at such a time. Okay, what have you got to roll, Finlay?
Yeah, I've got the weak tag, unfortunately.
Okay, so 2 dice, roll the worst, and take the worst.
Huh. 10.
Yep, it's going to be all successes today.
Yeah.
Yes, you managed to pull one of his hands away. He's already like pierced or pushed in the eye wall on this side of the doctor. But you managed to stand firm as he's kind of distracted with the nurse, and he kicks the doctor in the head and sends him flying across the room. And at the same time, he picks up the nurse with his left hand and hurls her across the room as well, and turns his attention on you.
Oh shit. I guess for want of anything else, can I try the song?
Sure, you'll have to actually read it out for us.
Yeah, just a second. I'll get it from my notes.
Holy shit. So, just clarification. I am annoyed that all these people are calling my name.
Yes. And now...
Mildly annoyed.
And now you're more than annoyed, because there's one of them, a short time later, is calling your name from a place of power. And he's not just calling you, he's summoning you, he's binding you, and you must descend from the stars as a black cloud above him on this hilltop, on this remote island. And he is trying to order you what to do. He's trying to control your power. He's trying to draw your power away from you and use it for his own means. But he's underestimated you. And you extend a tendril out into his mind, and flicker and twitch it in such a way as to drive him mad. But it's a little too late as you realise that with his binding, he's actually imprisoned you here on this cell on this island, although he wasn't counting on you being able to tap into his mind. And for the next few years, he's going to be your plaything, your puppet that you torture to amuse yourself until such a time as you can escape. Okay, Finlay, so...
Yep, I've got the song to hand, so I'll give it a shot. Hörkukurg, Giriga, Wul Giriga, Rahera, Fuhurug, Grahogahar, Gurkurg, Krach, Borech, Hri Fechech, Hauf, Grigor, Ahur.
He gives you a kind of mocking chuckle, and then he like flicks his fingers out at you and sends you flying across the room. Take a wound.
Oh fuck!
And now that you're trapped, Cian, in this cell, biding your time until 2 women and 2 men show up, and you use your puppet to lure them up here on top of this hill. And you use your puppet as kind of like a shield, and they fall for your trap and they kill the puppet, breaking the seal, and now you're free. But of course, you know you're too weak now to go anywhere. You're too weak to escape. So you do the only thing you can do, and you secrete yourself inside one of them until you regain your strength. So, Finlay, what wound did you take?
I'll take K, bleeding heavily.
Sure, okay, that sounds nasty. The possessed Cian rises from the bed. You can see the goo seeping from his wounds, just coagulating around them and pulsating. His eyes are black and this mist is still emanating from him. And as he moves, it's almost like a kind of trail shadow figure around him as he moves. 4 policemen unexpectedly come running into the dorm. Or the ward, sorry. And when they shout, they're not shouting with a Glasgow accent, they have a East Coast accent from Edinburgh perhaps. I forget, it was Finlay Young, wasn't it? Yeah, so
Yep.
they come and shout, Mr. Young, Mr. O'Doyle, we're here to arrest you. At this point, Cian gives them a wicked smile and charges through them, out into the hall past them, and runs out of the building.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, that took a turn.
So the 4 policemen, somewhat confused and startled, turn and chase after him. But what would you like to do, Finlay? The other people in the ward are the nurse who's kind of groaning, and the doctor who's just like weeping and asking for help.
I think I'll probably try and see what state the nurse is in, because I mean, at least the doctor's talking.
She seems quite badly bruised, and she's got horrible like finger marks around her throat where he grabbed her. But other than that, she seems okay.
Okay, I think I'd like to ask her if they can tend to my wound at all, because you know I'm bleeding out pretty heavily right now.
You don't want to chase after the man in...
Well, yeah, okay, I'll give it a try. In that
I mean,
case,
if you want, you can like
sure.
grab a bandage and just like hold it against your wound to stem the bleeding if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if I could do that in that case, yeah, I'm just thinking that need to do something about it.
Oh,
So,
I mean, you can quickly just like put some gauze and wrap a quick bandage, tie it in a rudimentary knot just to keep it in place so you're not bleeding to death.
sure. In that case, I'll try and get after Cian and the Buzz.
Cian, you then find yourself again just floating in this dark, wet, cold place, perhaps in a lake or an ocean. They're only mildly aware of the light at the surface. Everything is kind of happening as if you're watching it through a very watery mirror. You can see yourself running out of the hospital across the street, leaping over fences, turning around and grinning at the men trying to chase you as you run towards the necropolis. What would you like to try and do?
Stop. Whatever this is, stop it, please.
So you're like calling out, just begging it to stop doing what it's doing?
Yeah, I'm begging whatever hears me to stop. If I'm heard at all.
I guess we're going to go with like your charisma and stuff then. So what's your attractiveness, your appearance?
Oh, I'm average.
Okay, so 1 dice. It doesn't halt what it's doing as it runs in, as it pulls open the heavy doors to Necropolis, snapping the chain easily. But it does pay you attention. It is listening to you. Foolish man. Why would I stop now? I'm so close to having what I need.
I just don't. I don't understand what's this got to do with me? I don't want no part of it.
You should feel blessed. There are millions that would die for a touch of my attention, and you have been chosen as a vessel.
Is the voice masculine, feminine, or, you know...
Androgynous.
Androgynous, okay.
It's a slight kind of metallic sound to it.
Well, I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't want any of this. I just wanted to live my life normally. I didn't want to be anywhere near any of this fucking shit. Please, can I just have my body back?
I think it's fair to say you should take a stress for this.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Fuck it. I lash out with violence at an ally or object, I guess. I'm just flailing and screaming into the void.
This extreme kind of lashing out of your psyche momentarily gains you control of your body as you turn around to confront one of the policemen who's now beating on your head with a wooden truncheon. You feel strong, empowered, you know, more so than you've ever felt in your entire life. But he is causing you some physical pain by hitting you in the head with this thick club.
Okay, I suppose if I have control now, Kian would try to defend himself and give him a push, but I'm definitely unaware of my strength, I suppose, so whatever happens.
Roll 2 dice for me. Yes, you push him and send him flying backwards, and he tumbles over one of the sarcophagus in the crypt.
I'm really sorry. Oh dear. Okay. How much is there? Any other people around? Am I still kind of just in that one crypt?
You're in the one small bit where you found the hole before, and 3 other policemen are in there, you know, closing the door behind them and sealing you in, and they're like, you know, paddling their batons in their hands. And oddly, the 3 of them start to chant something in an unknown language. It sounds maybe Hebrew or Arabic or Egyptian or something. But yes, they're saying it softly and in unison, and their words are definitely causing a tinnitus, strong and pulsating in your eardrums.
I'll try to just kind of keep my hands up and wave them away. But if they get close to me, I'm going to like try to defend myself. But for the most part, I'm like trying to get them to just stop and leave me alone.
Can you also roll your fitness for me? Finley, you've been chasing these guys and you see them running across the Bridge of Sighs into the necropolis and closing the door behind them.
I guess it is a day for successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can feel this kind of cold hand reaching around the back of your skull, trying to pull you down again. But you manage to like shrug it off for a moment. But in that moment of distraction, the men are on you, and the three of them pin you down, and one of them tears open, the remaining of your shirt, and produces a long curved silver dagger. Finley, what would you like to do at this point?
So have they actually got the door to the crypt closed at this point? Or?
Yeah, they just like slam it closed behind them, but it's not locked or anything like that. It's just kind of loosely ajar.
I'd like to try and like open the door quietly without trying to attract too much attention if I can.
Do you have like sneaking or any kind of skill like that?
Just a second. No, the closest I've got is athletic, but I don't know if that would count.
No. So your dexterity is what you're going to roll with.
Okay, so is that 2d6?
Are you agile or stiff, or is it not marked?
Well, I have athletics, so
That's not to do with your dexterity so much.
Is that,
so.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I guess probably just average in that case.
Okay, so 1 dice, because it's just the finesse of like slinking through unnoticed. Oh, yeah, this is all successes today. Yeah, you can easily slip in there. They are way too preoccupied holding him down and trying to. One of them is like up over him with straddling his belly, and he's raised the dagger up, and he's whatever the words are they're saying. He's now like yelling them up to the sky.
Is there anything like a length of wood, or even they wouldn't have like discarded one of their batons anywhere that I could kind of grab onto?
No, you have your stick.
Yeah. Oh well, in that case, I'd like to try and knock the guy away before he can stab Ian through the chest.
Okay, so just clobber him basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roll with your. What is your strength?
Weak, unfortunately.
Well, we'll upgrade it because you have the surprise on them, so you can roll 1 dice.
Sure.
If you have luck, you can bump that up. If you want to spend luck on this.
I might hang on to it for now. I feel like I might need it later, the way things are going.
Sure, you swing the club, but one of the guys lets go of Keen's arm because he's noticed you, and he intercedes and grabs the staff and prevents you from swinging it. You're now kind of wrestling with him and your staff off to the side. Keen, your arm is free.
Yeah, the guy that just let go of me. Actually, no, the guy with the knife. I'm definitely going to try to knock him off me.
Just like thrust your hand up to push him off.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 dice. Take highest.
Oh my god, I really don't like this. This is great.
You
fuck!
thrust your arm out, and this black set of tendrils extends beyond the extremities of your fingers, through his heart, out the back of his chest, lifts him up in the air, and thrusts him to the side, cracking his skull against the wall of the mausoleum, and then letting go of him so he slinks down to the floor, bleeding profusely. You're still holding his beating heart in your hand.
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Could you also roll your fitness again for me?
Oh fuck. Okay. All right.
Do you have luck if you want to bump that up?
Yes. I forget if it resets after a while, but no, I have to do downtime. So I still have 7. It looks like.
Oh, you can load it in. You can spend 1 to bump it to a 4 or 3 to bump that to a 6.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 to bump it to 4.
You feel the irresistible urge to just chow down on this heart. And as as you're kind of drawn into your face, you can feel 2 hands slinking up, cold and unnerving, the side of your neck and around the back of your skull, trying to like pull you down again. But you manage to shrug them off once more. Although you do like take a grazing bite out of the heart.
Oh yeah, I immediately. What if I have any more control of myself? I throw the heart away as far as possible.
I'm sure you hurl this heart across the room. Finlay, I mean, you out the corner of your peripheral vision, you kind of see what's happening, but you very much have this guy to contend with as he's wrestling this stick away from you.
Right, sure. I'd like to try and distract him by pointing out what's going on with his friends in the other side of the room here.
Hey, behind you.
Yeah, did you see what he did with that guy's heart?
I think your appearance is the thing to use here.
What do I have unattractive and mundane. So.
Right, so unattractive, but because of, there's very obviously some wacky shit going on, I'll bump it up 1, you can roll 1 dice.
Sure.
Yes, he is. He also is like, yeah, I can fucking see what's happening. He's kind of keen to let go. Maybe, well, you actually got full success. He maybe planned on kind of trying to shuffle you around to kind of put you between him and this thing. But, he's not able to, so he just lets go of the staff and backs away. He grabs the collar of one of the other guys that was already been pushed away and like kind of helps pull him to his feet. And the two of them back away slowly, kind of half in shock. They're still trying to say the words they were saying, but they're so scared now. It's just kind of they're hammering and stammering as they're trying to say it. You still have one guy desperately clinging on to your left arm, Cian, and he is forcibly holding it down, closing his eyes, and he is yelling, shouting out these words now, hoping they have some sort of effect on you. And it does grate on you, the sound of these words.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can we like make out what the words are? I mean, would we be able to like note these down or anything?
And you can try and remember them later. I haven't actually written anything down because I can't read just now.
Sure.
But yeah, they sound very kind of like Hebrew, Arabic, Egyptian, like kind of like kind of sounds.
I suppose if I have, I'm gonna try to exercise as much control as possible, and Kia's going to try diplomacy and just shout at the guy like, "I don't want to hurt you. Please stop!" And I don't want any of this.
Okay, you're definitely unattractive. Will you try this if you want to roll 2 dice? Take the worst.
Yeah, I imagine with blood and heart chunks in my mouth, I'm very unattractive. Oh no!
You do technically have enough luck to bump that up if you want to spend it on that.
Yeah. How many points do I need to really succeed?
3 points to take it to a 4.
Okay, I'll do 3. I'm
Yeah.
going through it now.
You try to appeal to him, you think kind of sensitively, calmly, rationally, and it comes out this bestial, snarling roar of a command to stop what he's doing. And frightened and taken aback, he does like let go and holds his hand over his chest because he doesn't want to lose his heart. But he is, because it's where he physically is standing, he's sort of kind of cornered here, and it's mostly between you and Finlay anyway. And he's just kind of falling back and almost whispering the words to himself, rather, in a faint hope that it's going to protect him somehow, rather than using them as a weapon against you. However, you do feel almost like the 10 tentacles of a squid coming up your neck and around the edges of your head, trying to grab you in this time. If you want to roll a dice for me.
Just the one?
Just the one. But it's making much more effort this time.
Oh no!
Now, I believe you still have luck, but it's up to you if you want to use it first.
I have 3 points left. That is all I have.
2 would take you to 4. 3 would be 5, which is just the same effect anyway. Unless you want to hang on to them for other things.
Yeah, I'll do. You said 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do 2. I really don't want to be in the backseat anymore.
Do you have any wind boxes left?
I have just the one for my gut check.
Okay, I definitely think with the great exertion you're expending to force this thing back and maintain control, you're going to take stress. Which should trigger a gut check for sanity.
Okay, I guess I'll take A because I'm too busy focusing on getting this thing to stop. So I just freeze up and just sort of like clench my eyes close and try to just force myself to stay in control. And how does a gut check work?
I'll try to read it. I think it's overrun. You'll take a negative trait and roll with your fitness.
Oh, okay, roll with fitness, so 2 dice take the best.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, even with a luck, that's only a 3.
The one time we don't get a good roll.
You are indefinitely insane.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, that fucking makes sense, to be honest.
Temporary insanity. How many have we got here? Do you want to roll a d10 for me?
Oh, of course.
Amnesia. You cannot recall anything since the last time you were in a safe place.
Oh. So when was the last time I was in a safe place?
And this will last for about 10 hours. When did you last feel safe? That long ago.
Yeah, no, I think, honestly... Oh, you know what? That date with the maid.
Oh,
that was the last time I felt, like, normal and safe.
Oh, sure. And in the pub. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Monday.
So-
That was back on... Was that the Saturday night? Friday night? Something like that, wasn't it?
I think so. Fuck, that means I lose everything! Shit!
Well, temporarily. For the next 10 hours or so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so you're just sort of staring into space and coming to as if you've just woken from a deep sleep. And Finley's there. There's a policeman standing across from you, just kind of whispering to himself. There's the body of a policeman in one corner, missing with like a hole in his chest, and a bashed in skull. And you can just hear the clattering footsteps of the other 2 men at the entrance who are just kind of like fleeing.
So from my perspective, I was at the pub, and then all of a sudden I closed my eyes, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, definitely going to look at Finley and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Kieran, we need to go right now.
Yeah, sure. Where's everybody else at?
We can deal with that later. Right now, we just need to get away from here.
Of course, Kian, your right hand is covered in the other man's blood. Your torso, your shirt's ripped open, and you've got these where the stab wounds were, are just these big black scabs.
What the fuck happened at the pub?
It was a bad night.
Did we go to Arkwright? What happened?
It's a long story, but for now, trust me, we just need to get away from here.
Yeah. Where'd the others gone? Let's go to them.
Do we know where the others are at this point? Or...
They'd probably let you know they were going to take a train up north, yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're out of town right now. We can't depend on them. We've just got to kind of get to somewhere safe until we can link up with them again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Kian will try to fix up his shirt as best as he can and hide his wounds and wipe off the blood on his hand.
You step out in the necropolis, and of course it's a nice sunny morning. There's people just, walking around the graveyard, the park. They've got, there's women there, nannies there, pushing their buggies with their kids and the babies in them. Just giving you very odd looks because they obviously heard the shouting from this place.
Oh god, yeah. No, Kian is definitely just in a daze, confused.
Okay, so where are you shepherding him off to, Finlay?
Is there a fountain or a drinking fountain or anything nearby that we could use to wash the blood off a bit?
Sorry, yeah, they definitely have some drinking fountains scattered along the paths, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe try and quickly clean some of the blood off, to try and make us look more normal, for want of a better word.
Yeah, you're able to wash most of the blood off him. All the whatever material you're using to wipe it off as well is going to be blood soaked. His shirt is torn open; it's damaged beyond repair. You can maybe tie it at the bottom or something to try and hold it together.
Well, how badly wounded would I be? I mean, could I give Kian my jacket? Would I still look? Would it be obvious that I've been wounded if I do that? Or
if you've got the bandage and it's got blood because you were bleeding quite heavily, then yeah, I'd imagine so. And you probably want to go get that stitched up soon as well.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I want to try and go back to the hospital even, but I don't know. Would it be safe?
I mean, it might be safe. It is right there, so that's convenient. The cathedral is also obviously right next to you.
Yeah, I think we should probably go back to the hospital for now. I'd like to get this wound seen to.
Yeah, so you just kind of try to just act normal. I mean, for Keen, it's not too hard. You feel okay. A slight uncomfortableness from your wounds, but other than that, you feel okay. Just sort of bamboozled, discombobulated.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was sitting in a pub having drinks with a lovely young lady and her friends in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden it's broad daylight, and I'm at the crypt. Which I don't think we had gone to yet until after the date, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, because you went there
so
after you'd gone to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So when you come out, I mean, there will be small crowds of people who saw the police chasing you and stuff, and just sort of standing around trying to see what exactly was going on. But now those policemen have ran away, and you guys are just strolling out as if nothing's happened. So, you know, people are like talking amongst themselves like, the fuck was going on there? Oh, that's not our business. You make your way back to the
thank God for
hospital. When you come in, the receptionist, you know, is really surprised to see you come back again. Mr. O'Doyle, what was that all about?
You know me?
I mean, we're practically on a first name basis at this point. You've been coming in and out for the last couple of days.
Right, of course. Finley, what the fuck happened?
You'll have to forgive him. He's a little groggy right now. There was a bit of an altercation. I'm afraid I got a bit injured in the commotion back there. I was hoping I could get this seen to as a matter of urgency.
Oh, Lord,
Holy
yeah, you
fuck!
aren't kidding. Nurse, and she shouts the nurse over. They come, they bring you a wheelchair, Finley, and, you know, wheel you over to get seen to in the emergency ward. And another one who obviously recognises you, Keane, says, Mr. Doyle, did you rupture your stitches again?
I think so.
Alright, you better come with me then. And she takes you along the same way as she's taking Finley.
Right, okay.
They say, you really need to stop running out like this. What was that all about? I thought they were policemen.
I have one of those faces, I suppose. They thought I was somebody else, maybe?
Bit of mistaken identity. You know what it's like with the police these days. They think everyone from Ireland is the same.
Oh, I can well imagine that. My cousin's Irish. Yeah, so one of the nurses comes through and starts stitching you up, Finley. You'll have a small bill to pay, probably. I'm not entirely sure how they funded the health service at that point, if it was like more donations, or if they actually had individual bills or not, but I'm sure it'd be taken care of either way. And with you, Cian, they give you an examination and they swab you, and as they're swabbing your big black scabs to try and get through that mess to stitch you up again, the scabs fall away and you have no more scars, so you can remove both wounds.
Oh, shit. Wait, I can remove wounds, or...
You can remove the wounds, all your wounds, and you can remove any pain as well.
Oh, fuck me. Well, that wasn't too big of a deal, but alright.
And finally, they'll administer you some painkillers, some penicillin probably to stop infection, patch you up and say, well, I realise, you live quite a distance away and you probably don't want to hang around any longer than you already have this weekend. But if you want to wait at least a few hours to rest up before you move, so your stitches have time to settle at least.
You said the weekend?
Yes, it's Monday.
It's Monday?
How much morphine has been administered to you, O'Doyle?
I've no idea, Doctor. Okay. I really honestly do.
Alright, let me check your chart. And she walks away. Finley, you notice that one of the doctors is standing in the corridor pointing towards you two, and he's talking to a couple of very large looking orderlies.
Ian, I think we need to get out of here. There was a bit of an incident earlier on, and I think if we're recognised from that, there could be trouble ahead for us. We should probably try and get away as soon as we can.
Yeah, you really need to tell me what the fuck's going on, because apparently it's Monday.
All in good time, believe me.
Right, fine, just, yeah, okay. Where did the others go? Where should we go?
They've gone to visit the dig site up north, but I think perhaps the best thing might be if we were to get in touch with Father Campbell again and see if there's somewhere that he can suggest where perhaps we could lay low for a little while. I'm not sure where else would be safe at this point.
So
Wait, what about the Reverend James Grimmond?
I'm afraid the Reverend is no longer with us. He didn't make it.
What?
Yes, we'll need to fill you in as soon as possible. But right now we need to get away before I think anything else happens to it.
Jesus fucking Christ! I was on a date.
I'm afraid it didn't. I'm afraid it didn't go very well with the young lady. She was possessed. She was one of those creatures, and ever since then things have just got stranger and stranger.
Oh well, that's just fucking rich now, isn't it? All right, fine. Sure. Let's go hide out with Father Campbell. I really need to be filled in. I've lost a lot of time apparently.
So the doctor is pacing quite quickly towards you with the orderlies in tow. You get Finlay up, you've got your stick in one hand, Finlay, and Keen gets your arm over his shoulder on the other side. You might be a little surprised that he's the one able to help you now.
I'm probably holding up Finlay a little bit.
And
because I am strong.
Yeah, you feel fresh and energized. You've had a great rest, and the blood is pumping, the adrenaline's coursing through your veins.
Yeah, it was a really, really good date. Why else would I feel fine?
You're able to get outside, but of course, they're not going to stop following you when you just step outside. So where are you heading to? Now, of course, in terms of public transport, there are trams going back and forth along the roads all day, every day. There's the occasional kind of motorised buses for longer distances, but they are, much less often. They'll be running like every couple of hours or something. Or you can just go on foot.
I think we should probably get on a tram. That's probably the quickest way out.
Yeah, if there's a tram from Glasgow to Edinburgh.
Oh no, a tram won't go that distance. You could get you could get a tram to the bus station and then get a bus from there.
Okay,
I think we try that.
Yeah, so you just hop on the back of a passing tram. You don't even go to the stop and all that. You just hop on and cling onto the back of it to make a speedy getaway down the street. You'll be at the bus station in a matter of minutes. And it's just these kind of motorised 12 or 24 seater cars, basically. And they're going to run on the hour every hour between Glasgow and Edinburgh. And it's about an hour, maybe 90 minutes drive to take you from one city to the other.
And I'm assuming it's still not been 10 hours.
Oh no, that's a matter of minutes, and then another 90 minutes on top of that to get you to Edinburgh.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So whatever first opportunity, Kian is totally badgering Finlay for information.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, I think we should use the time to fill in Kian and what's happened.
Yeah. So if you want to fill him in while you're on the bus.
Yeah, I'll just go through what's happened with the maid and Reverend Grimmond, and and then our visit to the hostel in Edinburgh, and the hostel in the quarantine prison, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, it was the prison.
Yeah, I think that's all the main shoot. Yeah, I think I'll also try and explain a little bit about what happened at the crypt, but maybe leave it out the part about Kian having eaten part of the guy's heart.
Yeah.
I definitely had blood on my hand and my face, but thank you for that.
Yeah, I think no need to really make it worse.
Yeah. No. Being told about his wounds, he's gonna look at them again, and just really get confused.
Yeah, there's nothing there. There's no scarring. There's not even the kind of light scratch scab you get sometimes. You would not know when you've been damaged at all.
And this was just a few minutes ago?
it's the strangest thing. We've never seen anything like it.
I really don't understand what's going on. We had conversations though, right? After the date? Like, I was talking to you.
Yeah, yes, of course. I mean, everything was, you were fine. It's yeah, time passed normally, and we were all together as a group. It's so strange.
I truly don't remember even leaving the pub. Oh, my head. My head.
The only kind of mark you do have, Kian, is the finger where you were wearing the ring. It's still very much kind of burnt and swollen and inflamed.
Oh shit, do I still have the ring?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I suppose.
You took it off and I guess left it in the hospital ward.
Yeah. Because I think I left it in the hospital even before I checked out. All right, yeah, well, okay. Okay, but oh man, I don't even remember putting on the ring then.
This is true. So, I mean, you might search your pockets thinking, where is the ring?
Yeah, and I have like, it's like an acid burn sort of thing.
Yeah. If you imagine, when you have a really bad allergic reaction to a type of metal, kind of like that, but a lot more severe.
Yeah, I think like after looking at Kian's hand, he's gonna just like look at it for a second, and then go, "Fuck, Finley, where's the ring?"
You must have left it behind. Oh god.
Oh fuck!
The women and children on the bus give you a look of utter disapproval.
Sorry. Oh.
You hear cutters of like fucking Irish.
God, yeah, you. Oh boy. Oh shit.
The ring seemed to be causing you harm, though perhaps we're better off without it.
Maybe, but I don't know. It was somebody it was Michael Thomas. The Burn Man wanted it, and then
as he's kind of grappling with these things, finally, there's just the flicker of a dark shadow across his eyes that disappears.
That's troubling. Don't try too hard to focus on this. It'll be all right. Hopefully, Father Campbell can help us.
You're absolutely serious, Finley? Really? It'll be all right?
Well, we've got to trust that it will be. I think anything else would be too awful to contemplate. We've got to trust that we're going to make it through this.
Finley, nothing has been all right for a very long time.
I know, but it feels like I'm hoping we're close to the answers to what's caused all this to happen to us now. So hopefully we just need to survive a little longer, and we might get to the bottom of all this.
I certainly fucking hope so, because I can't handle too much more of this. I'm exhausted, but I don't feel tired.
I feel like that was a kind of good 1-to-1 there, so if you just want to roll a d4 each, and you can regain that much luck.
Cool.
Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, all right.
Nice,
I'll tell you that.
All high rolls today.
Except for the crucial ones.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, well, I suppose you had luck to bump them up, so yeah. But that's what luck's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you arrive in Edinburgh. It's a little chillier, a little windier on the East Coast, but it's still a fairly pleasant day. It's only going to be late morning still, it's not even noon. Take you about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes to make your way down to the church where Father Campbell usually is.
Can I try spot hidden to see if there's any police that might be following us at this point?
Probably a good idea. Yeah, you can give me a roll for that. Using your intelligence.
That 2d6, yeah.
For you, I think it's 2D and take the best, yeah.
Sure.
I still don't have a picture of the Edinburgh church. So just put it here then.
Yeah, I will say first thing Cian does after visiting, like once we arrive at the church, is to look for Bruce.
I think you do notice some policemen, Finlay, but they don't seem to be looking for anyone in particular, and they're certainly don't seem to be following you.
Good.
But there is, I mean, you would know this because you're aware of these things, given your occupation. There is an increased police presence on the streets around here. And that only becomes more apparent the closer to the church you get.
I think we need to be careful. There seems to be a lot of police around, and the fact that there are more of them as we get closer to the church is really starting to worry me.
Yeah. Cian will do his best to continue walking, but is trying to make himself not as visible as possible, identifiable, I guess. Kind of like trying to tuck his face behind his jacket a little bit.
Okay, so he's want to still approach the church, but in a more discreet manner.
Yeah, I think we'd like to kind of check it out a little bit discreetly before we get too close to it.
Okay, so there's grounds that kind of extend beyond the ones you can see here, but they'll be walled off. It's not a high wall, but it's walled off. There's a policeman standing at the exterior gates, and there's another policeman standing at the stairs here in front of the building that you can see from the street as you're approaching. There might also be a policeman sort of on patrol around the sides of the exterior walls.
Do I see anyone who's not a policeman around the church at all?
Yeah, there's still people working on the plastering and the painting. You can recognise like your crewmates, and most of them or a few of them are Irish guys, and a few of them will be Scottish guys.
Yeah.
I think we should be careful about getting too close. Is there anyone you recognise amongst the workmen that you would be able to ask about this? You know, maybe if they come off for a break, you might be able to speak to someone?
I mean, I would imagine so.
Are they in the habit of taking their breaks outside the grounds somewhere at all?
Yeah, probably a local pub.
Of course.
Nothing too crazy, but you know.
Yeah, so
Are we going up for... Sorry.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, like, a little bit around the corner, there's very likely a pub, because there's pubs everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of pubs everywhere. Yeah, very common for people to go for a pint at lunchtime at this period in time. So, especially labourers, they'll definitely be going round for a pint.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's close enough to lunchtime, it wouldn't take you long to wait there. Sorry, Finlay, I keep interrupting.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, I think we should go into the pub and wait until lunchtime. I was just going to say the same thing, really. So.
Yeah, so you just go into the pub, you scout out, make sure there aren't any police kind of waiting for you. Doesn't seem to be at a glance, so you take a seat. I imagine both of you have been here quite a few times before. You might even know some of the staff by name. You order like a pub lunch and a pint, and just kind of wait for the guys to come in.
Yeah, definitely.
You are, as soon as you smell the food, Cian, you are starving.
Jeez, have I eaten in the past few days, Finley?
You seem to. I mean, as far as I could tell, everything was fine. But yeah, no, I think we should take the chance to enjoy a good meal all the same. I mean, I'm sure it would do us both good after everything we've been through.
One of the bar flies over, hears you keying, and he's like, "Oh, you been on a bender again, lad?"
Honestly, probably the worst one of my fucking life.
Aye, they say that every week.
It's usually true every week.
They bring you like a big Scottish fry up breakfast lunch, which will cure any hangover.
Yeah, I imagine I preoccupy with my food and drink for a bit until they show up. And then if I spot them, I'll wave them over.
If you have any pain, Finley, you can remove that as well.
Great, thanks. I'll make a note of that.
Me too, or just Finley?
You should already have gotten rid of your pain.
Oh yeah, no,
you should only have stress now.
Yeah, I still have 4 boxes of stress, but we're good.
Yes, in my mind, I was very much replacing like everything else with stress.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair, totally fair. I was just.
So now at this point, confused. You are technically insane.
Yeah, no, of course. I've forgotten reality for a second.
Imagine very small, minute-long fragments come to you, as particular sights and smells and names crop up during this time that you're waiting. Just little snippets of what you're missing.
Just like few seconds.
Yeah, and maybe even like tying it back to older memories as well, and your brain's kind of trying to rebuild the connections between things. But yeah, after not long, the guys doing the labour work show up. They're all like kind of sweaty because it's kind of sunny outside, and mopping their brows and joking with the staff, and they'll see you keying. They'll come over like punching the shoulder. Where the fuck you been, lad? Skiving all weekend.
It's Father Campbell asked me to help some friends of his out.
When was that?
A couple days ago, I suppose.
Oh right, you heard then? He got huckled.
I'm sorry, I missed the part.
He got huckled. The cops, they came, took him away.
No, wait, they took Father Campbell?
Aye, last night.
What for?
Whole squad of them burst in the front door, fucking shouting this and that, pushed all of us up against the wall and held us and searched us, and then he took him away.
They took Father Campbell.
Aye, said he was harbouring terrorists.
For fuck's sakes. Wait a second, where the fuck is Bruce?
Oh, Bruce is fine. Brian's gone.
Oh, thank fuck, okay.
Aye, the Doug wasn't keen on letting them in, but, we pulled them away before they could do anything.
Yeah, he's a good dog. It's a good dog. Did they say where they were taking Father Campbell?
Police station, probably. The one in High Street.
Okay.
But I mean, with a charge like that, I can't imagine they'll make it stick, but, that's not something you want to get pulled in for.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, alright. That definitely puts a wrench in things.
I should apologise for my very Glasgow, slang and accent, because I just can't do Edinburgh at all.
Yeah, no worries. I can't say much.
Imagine you're just listening in, Finley, as you're having your coffee or pint or whatever.
Yeah, I think I would just be trying to listen out for any salient, any important information. But I think probably we've got the main part of it already. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to inquire about?
Yeah, there's still police. If they've got Father Campbell, why are there police still there, allowing you guys to work?
The guy pulls a stool up and he like leans in as if you're all conspirators. Well, they're asking about you, Keaton. Nobody said anything, obviously, but they're definitely throwing your name around.
They're looking for me?
Aye, the old man, he didn't have you up to anything, did he?
No, certainly nothing, like, terrorist-like.
No, I didn't think so, but aye, they're throwing your name around.
I've done nothing wrong. I don't understand. And now that... Oh,
I don't know, mate. I mean, some of the lads might tell you to go in and get it sorted, but I think you should just do a runner.
Yeah. I think I might have to. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let Brian know I'll be coming to pick up Bruce, soon.
Aye, do you remember where Brian lives?
I'm assuming I do.
Sure. I mean, if you know where else is, that's alright then. Yeah, just knock round to his this evening. Just keep your wits about you.
Yeah. You as well, man. You as well.
Alright, take care. And they go off to have their lunch on the other side of the pub.
Yeah. Kids just going to look at Finley, even though Finley's already explained everything he could. Kids just trying to look for answers, and he's just looking at Finley like, why are the police after me? What have I done?
It's all right. It's all right, Ian. It wasn't you. You weren't yourself. There was something's been trying to control people, and it may have taken hold of you for a while. I think that's probably why you can't remember anything. But whatever they say you did, it wasn't you.
Oh. Hey, you good? Yeah. Oh, he's typing now. Test. A song that is definitely does not fit Kian's life at the moment.
Is my headset still picking up?
Hey!
Oh, good, cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it was like I'm using a Bluetooth headset, and I think it's like the connection
Right.
dropped from it.
Yeah, it probably like doesn't fully disconnect you either, which is that's why I DC'd you, because usually that lets you get back in
Yeah,
easy.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Where were we?
No, Finley was just talking, trying to offer assurances to Kian.
Yeah. I'm just trying to calm Keen down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to calm Keen down because you're also trying to calm yourself down?
Little bit. Yeah.
I mean, you've seen him rip a man's heart out, so I might feel a little intimidated as well.
Yeah, I think we've just got to believe that we can get through this. Is all I can say.
So you guys don't have the stone got stolen, obviously, and you don't have any of the 3 books either because they took those books with them because they weren't sure about leaving them anywhere.
Oh, fuck me.
So, and you don't have the ring anymore. So you don't have any potentially cursed artifacts on you at all. You're free to do what you want to do. And if you even wanted to just do an extended downtime where you're like laying low somewhere, that would be fine as well. So it's up to you guys what you want to do, or if there's a location you just want to go check out, or if you want to go try and get Father Campbell or whatever.
Yeah, I really don't know what to do with Father Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, we could try and like I could make up false documents and we could try and blag our way into the police station, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we're still like fucked up and ragged already, so
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe waiting until we can join up with the others might be the best idea. Like maybe if we all get together and bang our heads together, that might be the best way forward.
yeah. So I think me and Finley kind of lay low as best we can.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing for it.
Probably get a room, and that's about it.
All right. So where do you want to lay low?
That's a difficult one because I mean, I feel like we could try and go back to Finley's house, but at the same time, I suspect police might be trying to watch it. I mean, I guess we could go and check it out and try and see if there's any sign of like police activity around the place.
Could do that. I will say, I mean, it's a fairly small town you're from. I don't know how unnoticed you can go in a place like that.
Yeah, probably that would be difficult. Yeah, I mean, it might be for the best just to kind of like stick with something less conspicuous. Like maybe we just. I mean, I imagine if like either Kian or Kian's pals would know where to like find a boarding house that would be fairly cheap and wouldn't ask too many questions.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot of places like that, cheap boarding, YMCAs, things like that.
Yeah.
Church probably runs a few kind of like homeless shelters, charity organisations as well, soup kitchen style. Or you could hide in the vaults.
That sounds safe. That was my other thought, actually. I mean, we could always try and investigate the vaults because, I mean, remember how Reverend Grimmond was collecting those drops. I don't know whether any of that might help us at all, but at the same time, I imagine, like, at least for now, the main place that the police would be looking for is probably around the cathedral because, that's where we got away from them. So.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, also, the vault's probably not gonna go there either, because Kian still remembers that shit.
Yeah, that I can see that being quite a traumatic thing for Kian,
yeah. But yeah, I think we find like a boarding house or some fairly cheap, if not free, place to stay for the night.
Yeah, so I mean, you can swing by in the evening to Brian's. He's got Bruce. Bruce seems very happy and content, as if nothing's really going on.
Oh boy, I missed you. Holy shit.
And by the point you get Bruce, especially I think the stimulation of actually hugging, giving Bruce a hug again, is going to start stimulating more of your memory to come back, Ian. Probably not the more violent and disturbing parts, but probably the more mundane parts of just going between locations and such.
Okay, still none of like not getting that, at least that most recent vision.
So yeah, after you get that, you're able to find like a cheap boarding house you can go into. You're paying like a couple of shillings just for a rough mattress to get down on. You just got like a little curtain you can pull over your bunk, and that's all the privacy you're afforded. Everyone else is kind of coughing, spluttering, and disease would be a concern for people who didn't have such greater worries.
Yeah.
And your memories return to you overnight, Cian, during your dreams.
Oh my god.
Where you basically relive the experience from start to finish.
So even with the vision and then the eating the guy's heart.
Yeah, the whole shebang. And as well, you know, you're left with that kind of haunting presence at the back of your mind, and you know it's still lurking down there, just looking for an opportunity to regain control.
Oh fuck!
And then your dreams, you're like actively, you know, running away from it, chasing it, fending it off, just trying to, you know, stop it from overcoming you. And you wake up in the morning covered in sweat, feel more tired than you did when you went to sleep.
Oh fuck!
Finley, if I could get you to roll your fitness for me.
Sure. Is that just on the average tag?
If it's not marked, it'll be average, yeah, so just one dice.
Sure.
Just see how long your wound takes to heal. Yeah, it's not bad.
I also have as a trait in good health, so I get +1 to recovery apparently.
Oh right, okay, so that'll bump it to, well, from a 4 to a 5 is the same kind of result anyway. Given we're so close to the end of the campaign, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, so I don't know if that really matters, because we're going on to the 14th now, which is a Tuesday. Well, what's the nature? He threw you across the room and you're bleeding. Did you like impale yourself on something, or did he impale you as he threw you across?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it would probably like hit again. I mean, it was while we were in the hospital, so I mean, I could imagine like, you know, maybe there was something sharp on one of the tables that, you know, I got thrown into, or.
Right, so maybe it's not really like a deep or large wound, but it's maybe just nicked like an artery or something like that. It was bleeding quite a bit.
Maybe it was something.
Or a large
Yeah,
vein.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's say that'll take a couple of days to heal over because it's been stitched and attended to. So it's Tuesday now. It'll take like 3 days for that to heal over completely, and then you can remove it. As for stress, I mean, you're not going to get to spend time in your special place just now, unless you want to abscond away and like lie low out in the wilderness.
I hadn't really considered that, but yeah, I don't know how well would we fare in the wilderness.
But also adds the complication of how does anyone get in touch with you, or how do you get in touch with them?
Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking about. I'm not sure how best we would get in touch with Paul and Mildred.
So they are actually going to be staying at a B&B in Inverness, so they'll be able to call to numbers, you know, where they know they might be able to reach you. But if you're not going to be in one of those locations, you'll obviously never receive the phone call.
Yeah.
I don't
imagine. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do we know where they might try? Like, was there a pub that we've all been in at the same time that they might try there, maybe?
Pubs? I mean, you can figure this out yourselves, but I mean, I would think pubs might be a longer shot. Places where you live, obviously. Probably the church where Campbell is one you're at quite often. But they might even try ringing the hospital to see if you are still there. And Cynthia, Mildred's sisters. I don't know if you can think of anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could get in touch with Mildred's sister and leave her like forwarding details or something.
Yeah, that sounds doable. So where are you going to be hiding out for the next couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing we're probably quite stuck for funds. I mean, would the boarding house we're in at the moment have like a phone that would be usable, like a public phone or something?
Why don't you roll a d6 and leave it to fate? Because I'm not sure a boarding house would have a phone. Nah, I don't think
Yeah.
they'll have forked out for one yet.
And I take it it's still a little too early for like payphones and stuff like that.
Oh yes, far too early. Well, I'd have to check that up, but I believe so.
Yeah, I know there was a thing in the 40s, but I think maybe the 20s might be too early.
Yeah, plus all the pictures. I don't think I've ever seen a phone booth at all, so.
Would Kian have any contacts that could put us up for a little while, or I don't know?
I don't think so.
1935 is when they really started putting out public payphones.
Oh, okay.
So about a decade away.
Yeah, we can wait that long.
Oh, also the university. If for some
Oh, that's a
reason
possibility.
Mildred's go-to place of anything is the university, so that might be a shot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe we could like try and find somewhere like another boarding house near the university, and we could kind of keep a lookout for. I mean, because I guess probably Mildred would come back there at some point, so maybe we hang around there.
Sure. Okay, so you've got to the university. Do you remember any of the names? Because you've spoken to a couple of the staff there as well, and obviously you know her husband's name and the department that she works in. So is there anyone particularly you want to ask when you get there?
Just a second, I'll check my notes. I might have made a note of someone's name. I have Dr. Bennett, but I remember he was the guy that Mildred didn't like. So.
Well, if you ask about, we'll just go through the names as you come up with them. So Dr. Bennett, you ask about, and you're told that he's away in expedition up north somewhere. He hasn't called in recently, but you know they're expecting him to make contact any day now.
I forget the name of the guy that like translated the symbols on the stone.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I've got a note of his name, just checking my notes.
I know Carruthers was the first guy with the book. Alexander was the husband. I mean, the name isn't important. We know who the character is, essentially.
Fair enough.
And you'd be able to, go to, you know which department he was in? He was linguistics, I think, in the English department.
Yeah.
And he had an interest in like ancient folklore and stuff like that. Yeah, you'd be able to get in touch with him. He still has the scratching of the stone, I think. He took a wax scratching of it to try and help decipher it further. And Mildred hasn't been in contact with him since. So you could approach him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would maybe try asking as well if he's had any luck deciphering the runes and the wax copy that he took.
Oh, yes. So my findings so far, hang on a second. Sorry, she was playing with the cats in the hall.
No worries.
Yes, so my findings so far, I'd already gave a cursory explanation that it was some sort of ritual festival related to the deity of fertility and crops harvest. And the bounties of the sea in particular, this Sumerian god, Dagon. And it appears to be this is some sort of festival based around the spring equinox. Obviously, it's the time when you plant crops and when you start to bring that wish for a good harvest for the year, and wish for better weather and such. And it seems to be a bunch of rituals associated with that. What's interesting about this one, however, is rather than just these kind of generic, vague offerings and asking the god to bestow things on them, this seems like very particular, as if they expected the god itself to make an appearance, or at least an avatar of some sort, which is fairly unusual because these ancient superstitions, religions, they were based around not understanding the natural world, but this seems to be something that they very much believe was a solid physical entity. But unfortunately, half of this stone the translation seems to be missing, so I can't make a full assessment. You haven't seen Mildred by chance lately, have you? The department is starting to become really concerned about her and her husband disappearing.
Unfortunately, not. We were hoping that you might have heard from her. In fact, we've lost touch with her ourselves. We'd very much like to speak to her as soon as possible, but yes, I'm afraid we're not sure of her current whereabouts.
It's most concerning. We've had the police around a couple of times asking after her and her husband. Obviously, her husband is down, is missing. Perhaps he's ran off somewhere for God knows what reason. But the poor woman doesn't seem to be attending classes. She's very much in danger of losing her job at this point. With Dr. Bennett away as well, the archaeological department and most of the history department, the students and the volunteers are completely gone at the moment because they're all out on expedition. But it is quite concerning. Yes, if you hear from her at all, please tell her it's important to get in touch with the university.
Of course. There's no way to contact Dr. Bennett in case he would have heard from her at all?
He's in a very remote part of the north coast. I think the village tavern or general store there has a telephone, and that's how he's been making contact, or through letters post. But I don't think they've heard from him for a few days now.
I see. Well, thanks for your help. In any case, we'll be sure to let you know if we hear anything from Mildred before you do.
Of course. Are you not wanting to ask him or give him your details so that he can forward on to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably should, but I'm not too sure what to give him as a forwarding address at this point.
Or if you want to leave it with the main desk, HR, rather than one of the staff members, or maybe you trust the staff members more than the admins.
Yeah, I think we ought to leave something with Dr. Carruthers. He seems trustworthy.
This doctor, the Carruthers was the one that kind of went insane. He's on sabbatical.
Oh right, okay.
I have this guy's name somewhere. I just don't remember where it is. Keen, is there anything you want to say or ask or input?
No, not really. I mean, just definitely ask to leave the whatever contact to like the front desk or whatever. I will. I probably Kian is also trying to think about what he now remembers, and if there's any connection between the stone and the thing that's living in his head. See if, like, I don't know, if like the mention of the guy's name Dagon, seemed to ring any bells or stirrings, I guess. I don't know.
You can roll intelligence for that. There's a bit I will tell you you'll know through intuition anyway.
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
Okay, great. So you know, just from your experience and intuition, there's a very definite, strong, intimate connection with Michael Thomas and who was summoning this thing down at Rum Island. As if, like, this is the same entity. But as far as the crashing into the ocean and into the seabed, that seems to be something different. That has a different feel to it. It feels more like a warm, glowing, powerful, pulsating thing. Whereas this thing inside you is cold and just dark black. And you're not sure if either of them even really connect to this Dagon that they're talking about. Because they're talking about Dagon as if it has a physical form, and neither of these things really feel physical in the sense that you can reach out and touch them.
Okay, fair enough.
Not that I'm trying to confuse you even more.
Yeah, no, that 100% is, yeah. Kian's definitely probably just gonna be quiet and just try to make sense of what he's seen and done and remembers, and fail miserably, but he's trying anyways.
Because of course you weren't in the lake, so you don't have the mid-lake experience to kind of input into either.
Yeah.
But so, if you're going to give him contact details, where are you thinking about hunkering down for the next couple of days?
I think we could try and find, like, just a boarding house nearby, I guess.
Right, okay, so one with telephone, yeah.
Yeah, something maybe a little bit more at market this time.
Okay. I take it you're going to sign fake names.
Yeah.
Which you're a whiz expert, natural talent at anyway, Finlay. So that's no problem for you to do whatsoever. You've got 1,000 signatures under your belt.
I mean, I imagine that, if Cian just signs a sort of vaguely Irish-sounding name, then they would probably...
Mally O'Toole.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that exact name.
I shouldn't joke, because my surname is actually synonymous with O'Toole, so...
Yeah, I was literally about to just say Seamus O'Toole or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, Cian, I mean, if you're spending... this is Tuesday. They're not going to get in touch with you until at least the next day. So, Cian, you can spend time with Bruce recovering 1 stress.
Okay.
And Finlay, I mean, I don't know, do you have any of your sort of activities or belongings that you can use?
So no, I mean, I guess if I'm like deriving, like, if like the calming force in me is like being in nature, maybe if I like visit the botanical gardens or something, if being the West End, if that would be close enough, but I don't know.
I'm just trying to think if that's even an area you can relax in, knowing that all these coppers are potentially looking for you.
True, actually, yeah.
And you're probably not going to want to stray too far from the hotel in case the call comes in either.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll just call that there then, because I think that's about all you can get done before you want to meet up with them.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we need to have everybody all together.
Yeah, I really doubt we were gonna like storm the police station and get Father Campbell.
No, that'd be a terrible idea.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, especially
I
since
mean,
if he's not done anything, he should be let go eventually anyway.
Yeah,
Exactly,
that
yeah.
was the other thing I was thinking. I mean, it was like if we get in and try to bust him out, that would probably just make it look infinitely worse for him.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah. And us, because apparently the police are already after us, so...
Okay, that should work out. And it gives a nice link between the two of you so they can actually get in touch with you and arrange, for the meet-up for the next one anyway.
Yeah.
As posted, I don't see this going on longer than 2 more sessions, Alan, so I know you're saying about maybe burn out.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I mean, it's because I was going to ask, if you reckon that would be, if it was going to be a lot more, it might be more of a problem. If it's just going to be, if you reckon there's going to be a couple there, because I would like to see it through to the end.
It's no more than 2, might only even be 1, depending on how things go.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
because Glasgow actually went on quite a bit longer than I expected it to. So that's why it's actually going on longer than I thought. The only problem is Callum's not going to be around next Tuesday. I'm going to find out from him if he is around any days that week. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to reschedule or whatever, I mean, I can be flexible about it. But, whatever suits everybody else.
Swindle isn't very flexible, is the thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very
but
not
at least
flexible.
yours is every week, Swindle. You can kind of free up, but he's only every other week, Callum.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of creates the problem. But we'll see, because I really want everyone on board for the last 2 at least. Especially if it's only going to be 1.
100%.
I will say going forward, however, lethality is going to ratchet right up. So fully expect for some people to die, if not everybody to die, in cause of the greater good.
Dude, I honestly did not expect me to survive this fucking long.
I was concerned this was going to be the end for Kian and the crypt that time.
Just like yesterday, you rolled a lot of good rolls, and then you spent a lot of luck to bump up those failures. That could have gone very differently. I told Laura before I did this that either both of them are going to survive it, or one of them is going to survive it.
Oh well.
Because if you hadn't regained control and Finlay was coming after you, I mean, you were going to try and kill him as well.
Oh my god, dude! I was so shocked that I was able to wrestle control. I was like, "Oh man, this is it."
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about, is it going to be, am I going to have to get out of the crypt and like try and steal the door up behind me or something?
Dude, the moment that you said that I grabbed the doctor's face and was trying to gouge out his eyes, my jaw dropped and it stayed down for like a long time. I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh god! Oh no! Oh fuck!"
Well, I was worried I was taking control away from you for too much there, especially because I was just like narrating to you what was happening for the.
No, narratively that worked fantastic. That was fucking scary. I loved it.
Yeah. I hate doing that too much with people because it's not fun to just kind of sit and listen.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% fair. But yeah, no, that was great. Autopiloting me for a bit.
Yeah,
letting me just like try to make sense of like, or process what's happening. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So yes, the next couple. I mean, if it is just 1, yes, that's going to be deaths. If it ends up being 2, then I'll try and stretch out because I don't want everyone to die before the end. But it depends on dice rolls. But if everyone keeps rolling like they rolled today, I mean, it'll be easy.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure that'll keep up.
Yeah, I was just thinking, do we have that much luck?
Roll 20 is a fickle mistress.
Oh yeah, very, very fucking fickle.
Okay, I know that was a bit short, but I kind of expected tonight to be short anyway.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah, no,
I
enjoyed doing that one. Yeah, no, it was. It really went some. Even though it was shorter, I feel like we really went some places on that one. So yeah.
David said the same thing yesterday. So I mean, that's good when you're pulling off satisfaction in a short space of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Okay, right. Well, I'll let you know about the next one when it's going to be, and I'll catch you then.
All right.
Sure.
See you next time.
Catch you then.